What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Moth, and today I'm gonna hit y'all with a review of the new Cypress Hill album entitled Back in Black. Let's get to it. Cypress Hill, they are an iconic West Coast hip hop group who has been putting it down for 30 plus years. These hip hop heavyweights were pioneers of weed rap. Yes, 1 year before Dr. Dre's The Chronic, and they could also be credited for putting Latinos on the hip hop map, as they were the first Latino group to go platinum. Now, many fans would argue that the first 4 Cypress Hill albums were hands down the best in the group's catalog, and I would have a hard time disagreeing with that. Temples of Boom would be my personal favorite of the 4. I just loved the darker and mid-tempo production from Muggs on that 95 release. But now they are back with their 10th studio album titled Back in Black. It is their first release since Elephants on Acid from 2018, which was an ultra abstract and experimental project with psychedelic rock leanings. I remember thinking at the time that it was a cool project, but possibly a little too left field for some core fans. But let me know in the comment section what you thought of that album. This time around, however, Be Real, Sendog, and Eric Bobo are going at it without DJ Muggs on the boards. That's right, the sonic architect and backbone of Cypress Hill, Larry Muggerid, is not involved in this project. Initially, I was disappointed to learn that. I'm not gonna front, as Muggs has been in his bag as of late, continuing on this strong production run for the past couple of years. However, in his place, they selected the veteran Detroit producer Black Milk, who was a student of Jay Dilla. It seemed like an unexpected and unlikely pairing, but I was curious to hear how Cypress Hill would sound over Black Milk beats, so I decided to keep an open mind going into this project. This thing contains just 10 tracks and lasts approximately 32 minutes. The only features are Demrick and Dizzy Wright. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with this track by track breakdown. The opener, Takeover, is a raw and uncompromising intro with aggressive and up-tempo drums. Be Real and Sendog sound hungry, doing their back and forth. There is a real sense of urgency as they talk about their return and their plot to take over. Be Real reminds us, since day one, I rep for legalization, showed the nation how to roll a blunt and put it in rotation. I know that's right, Be Real. Go ahead and talk your shit. This is the kind of energy that you would want to set off an album with. It's the opposite of sleepy and monotonous hip hop. Therefore, it is a strong opener that I have no complaints with. Track 2, Open Your Mind, finds them getting vocal about marijuana laws. Progress has been made in their home state, but there is still a lot of work that they feel needs to be done, as these guys have been advocating for legalization since about 1991. Here, they call out the federal government for applying pressure to street dealers while dispensaries sell the same pounds of weed daily with impunity. This is set to a funky backdrop with densely layered drums and keyboards. It's got a great melody overall. Sendog states, "Who knew the habits that I had would be so profitable? But Uncle Sam wants to put taxes on the ounces I sold. That ain't legalization, that's just some more domination." Track 3, Certified, featuring Demrick, is a real highlight. This has a crunchy instrumental with a knocking vocal sample. It's a feel-good groove with a nice bop. On this one, Be Real and Sendog boast about their accomplishments, as they have been certified and official from the jump. They never switched up. Instead, they stayed devoted and true to the game. But it was Demrick's hook that stood out as ultra catchy. His smooth West Coast cadence really complemented this beat. The following, Bye Bye, is a belligerent boom bap banger with a slight rock edge. There's a reggae style soundboy hook. That was a nice touch too. This is a survivor's anthem, as Sendog and Be Real vividly liken their hood to a war zone. You know, Prodigy said it best in 1995, "There's a war going on outside no man is safe from." That same logic still applies today, but it's worse considering there aren't really any more rules. I feel Dizzy Wright came through with a dope verse. I liked how he brought a younger person's perspective to the table. Track 6 is the weed anthem Come With Me. It also pays tribute to the late great Tupac, as they sample his classic Hail Mary song. It's a hazy and wavy banger, all about their love for Miss Mary. You can't really go wrong when using such a sample, and I feel Black Milk did it justice. Immediately after is the original, which has thunderous drums and a piercing guitar riff that's reminiscent to the early Muggs production sound. I also like the scratching and the Goodfellas movie sample. On here, they acknowledge their roles as true OGs in the culture coming out of Los Scandalous. You know, they aren't new to this. They are true to this. It's a hard as nails record that's good for the gym and should definitely give you the screw face. Afterwards is the bass heavy Hit 'em. It's kind of a change up sonically with its 80s style production, the 808s, the hi-hats, and the keyboard melody. This is car music and something up-tempo to have fun to, especially with a booming system. And I feel like the keyboard and synths gave it extra flavor. The subsequent track, Break of Dawn, is a perseverance anthem set to a rapid guitar loop. And it might be my least favorite beat on here, but it's still serviceable as they make up for it with their pulsating energy. Now, the second to last song is Champion Sound, which was released as a single. It has a smooth and atmospheric beat with dusty drums and a hypnotic vocal sample. There's another reggae influenced hook. Altogether, this gives off a very mid-90s vibe. It's smooth but rugged at the same time, and I was getting somewhat of a boot camp click buckshot feel from this. Then the project wraps up with the Be Real solo, The Ride. And here we are getting 3 verses from Be Real where he reflects on his days of selling crack and gangbanging. He has real regrets for the lifestyle that he lived prior to rap. And we have to remember that Be Real was a street dude in real life. You know, don't get it twisted like he was some friendly stoner guy from the suburbs. Nah, he was about that life then. It's well documented. So I like his introspection and the interpolation of the classic Illusion song. The nocturnal and chilly bells gave it that creeping through the hood late night feel, and altogether I have this as one of my favorites. Overall, I give this project a rating of a strong 3.5 to 4 mics. They did succeed in giving fans a back to the basics kind of record, one that focused on hard beats, hard rhymes, and high energy flows. Black Milk proved that he understood the assignment as he provided raw and no frills boom bap beats. I really liked the inclusion of drums on every track. And as much as I love DJ Muggs' production, you just never know how many drumless loops the man's gonna put on a project these days. So yeah, Cypress does tap into their early aesthetic quite well with the help of Black Milk. But what is missing is the eccentric, quirky, and off-kilter production style that you could really only get from DJ Muggs. You know, the style that helped Cypress sound become so unique in the first place. It's kind of the equivalent of a non-Wu-Tang producer producing a Wu-Tang solo project. It can be great, but likely it won't possess the same magic. That being said, since Elephants on Acid may have been a little too experimental, then Black Milk did a good job of steering things back to a more traditional sound. At the end of the day, it's a dope return to their roots project that should hold hardcore fans over until their alleged last album with DJ Muggs. My favorite tracks include Takeover, Open Your Mind, Certified, Come With Me, the original Champion Sound, and The Ride. Let me know what you thought about this album in the comment section below. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and please subscribe. As always, it's peace and blessings. Cypress Hill, Back in Black, 1.